The Amazon stock has been making some volatile moves, so will it go down further or is this the time to buy? Sit tight as we answer that by going through recent news as well as my chart analysis and price prediction. But before we do that, subscribe to our channel Stocks 101 for regular stock market updates. First up, the recent Prime Day sale did not perform as well as the sale held in July, and this news resulted in a 5% crash on Friday. A Wall Street analyst said that the revenue this sale generated was 25% less than the previous one. Next up, Amazon lost two of its top employees, namely Greg Zer, who served as the hardware research president, and senior vice president Tom Taylor. Talking about employees, many workers in Southern California are protesting for a $5 pay hike as well as better working facilities, which is the company's most recent internal issue along with hundreds of other labor problems. With the current financials and fundamentals though, Amazon seems well prepared for a good recovery from this crash. With all that in mind, let's analyze the chart. As you guys can see right here, we're now in the 1-day chart for Amazon, and as always, we'll first analyze the 1-day chart, then 1 hour, and turn it off, we'll get to the 5-minute chart. But right off the bat, we can see that over here, this was Friday, and this was when the stock fell by a whole 5%. And of course, we can see that we opened in a gap up, and after that, we fell down. But right over here, we can see that we got indecision in the market on 11th and 12th of October. And this volatility was a result of this. As you guys can see, we were kind of squeezing into this range over here. So we can see, well, let me get this line real quick. We can see that we kind of squeezed into this range, after which we got, a massive gap down over here. And then, of course, we went up because the stock is fundamentally good. But the next day, of course, the September CPI inflation report. That is what I believe to be the main reason behind these falls. And of course, the entire market fell with that. But if we talk about some important levels for Monday, we can clearly see that we have a major support over here at $102 pretty much. Right, so let me mark that out for you. $102 would be a major support. And a resistance would be first over here at 137.8, or rather just the $137 range. And over here as well around $125. That is pretty obvious because it's pretty much a psychological number. Then over here we can see that we've gotten this resistance tested once, twice, thrice, and basically many times. But the real question is, when exactly will the stock recover? So as you guys can see, we have the earnings report coming up on 27th October. So I believe that we probably will continue to stay in this range below $110, of course. So let me mark that out for you as well. We'll probably stay below $110 and above $102 by the time the earnings report comes out. And that would be the make or break day, right? So that would be the day when either the stock will break this $110 zone and then 116, or if the earnings report is negative, which I don't believe it will be, right? If we look at the past record, we can see that the Amazon stock did get some, negative earnings report for like the first and second quarter, I believe, for this year. But now I believe that it's kind of squeezing in and, we might just get a positive report this month. But anyways, if we still get a negative report, we'll probably break the $102 support, and let's find out where the next support lies. So let me zoom out real quick. And let me zoom out a bit more. The next support would probably be somewhere around this level, around $94. And after that, of course, somewhere around here. But I don't believe that the stock is going to crash that much. In my opinion, fundamentally, Amazon is one of the strongest companies in the market, and we all know that, right? Financially as well, they're pretty strong, and it's, of course, one of the biggest companies in the world. So I don't believe that the stock will go below $100 anytime soon. Of course, $100 is a psychological support. But the real question is, should you buy, or rather, am I buying the Amazon stock? Well, most definitely yes. In my opinion, the stock is a good buy under, anything below $120. It's a good price for the Amazon stock, right? I still believe, as I already told you in my previous video, that Amazon can go up to $180 in, let's say 1 year or 1.5 years, but that's still great returns, right? If we use the measuring tool over here, we can see that it's pretty much a 65% upside from the current price. And we've already talked about several reasons why that is possible in the previous video as well, ranging from, the valuation of Amazon Web Services and how the company is doing great, right? And how basically, apart from the e-commerce business, every business owned by Amazon is worth like $1.35 trillion itself, which is more than the entire valuation of the company, and we are not even counting the exact company. With that, I am bullish on the Amazon stock. This is a good accumulation zone in my opinion. And now let's get into the 1 hour chart to analyze some swing trades. Over here on the 1 hour chart, we can clearly see that on 11th October, we got a gap down, after which we got a small relief rally and we hit a resistance at 115.5, after which of course we fell down and we got supported, making pretty much a quadruple bottom, which is, well, um not that common, I would say, at $111.5. And of course we did make a double top over here as well at 113.8, right? Of course, after that, as I already told you, we got a gap down on 12th, right? But it was pretty much a mixed day. And after that, you know, well, this is 13th. I'm sorry for that. We got a gap down on 13th and we got a pretty good bull run that day. But the next day, we got another gap up, which resulted in this massive absolute bearish run. If we look at the closing candle of 13th October, we can see that we got pretty much an indecision candle over here, marking a huge movement. So this pretty much was evident, right? And it was pretty much unreversible. And of course, we can see that we got another indecision candle over here. After that, of course, we can see that the buyers did try their best to push the stock up. But in the end, we got another somewhat of an indecision candle. But the bears won, if you ask me. So this kind of indicates that we've had our fair share of a bearish run. And in my opinion, we should get a gap up on Monday. But even if we get a gap up on Monday, I'm not saying that we'll cross the $110 level, $120 level, and we'll go to the moon in a single day. That definitely is not what I want to say. All I'm saying is that we'll get a gap up and then, we might get a pullback right away. So that is possible as well. But I believe that we need to analyze the 5-minute chart now to get to a conclusion. So now that we're in the 5-minute chart, let's quickly analyze 14th October's movements. We can clearly see that we got a bearish start to the day, of course, right? We got two red candles, and of course one of them was an engulfing candle, which indicate a downtrend. So this was a pretty good shorting opportunity right here, right? You could have shorted the stock with, let's say, you shorted it over here at 113.4 with a stop loss over here at the top of this candle at 114.78, indicating a 1.25% loss and a target of, let's say, 2.5%. So that would give you a 1 to 2 ratio trade. Of course, that's pretty good. But coming back to the analysis, we can clearly see that we got another pin bar candle over here, which was in the negative. So of course, we got a bearish trend up ahead. We did make pretty much a triple bottom over here at $109.75, right? We got hit by a resistance around 111.2, another resistance around 110.6, and then we fell down to these levels of 108.6. Of course, there was a strong range bound market, so we got resisted at 108.88. We got another resistance over here around $108, which is pretty obvious. But now, as we analyze the market closing, this is where the real stuff lies, right? So we can clearly see that we got an absolute bearish trend, of course, right? So let me erase these drawings real quick before I give you guys some insights. We can see that we got a pin bar candle, which even though it was negative, right, it was, well, the buyers did try to push the stock all the way up over here. After that, we got an indecision, and of course, right after that, we got another pin bar candle where the buyers did try their best to push the stock upside, and this just might be the sign of a reversal as well as a gap up. So what are some important intraday levels that you want to watch on, 17th October, I guess, right? That's the next trading session. The first support would be somewhere around here. So this would be the lowest support at $105. Of course, a resistance around $109, right? Another support around 107.15 pretty much, right? Another resistance at 111. However, I doubt that we'll reach there, right? I of course gave you guys the $110 level, but never mind that for now. And another resistance around 108, of course. So in simple words, just mark all the psychological resistance levels and trade according to that. If you are a long-term investor, definitely you can buy the stock in my opinion, of course not financial advice. But if you want to trade the stock short term, I believe that we'll get some great opportunities for shorting the stock as well in the coming week. But then again, remember that this is definitely not financial advice, it's just my own opinion. So do your own research before you trade. And if you enjoyed my analysis, be sure to hit the like button. If you did not enjoy it, be sure to hit the dislike button. You can subscribe to our channel Stocks 101 for more such videos. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.